Today is about to be our longest run yet.
We had an opportunity to quit, but we're not gonna quit because we're gonna finish. It's not about the time, it's just getting it done.
I will never accept defeat.
I'll never accept defeat.
I will never quit.
I will never quit.
What is going on? SAMOKFIT, checking in with you guys. You guys are doing well, doing terrific, and we are back with another video. We are not up in the mountains anymore. We are not in Montana. We are back in Illinois. Actually, specifically, we are in St. Louis right now, about to get after this run. So yeah, this is another episode of the marathon prep, and today is about to be our longest run yet. So given this is the longest run that I've done in a while, I mean, hell, I cannot remember the last time I did 14 miles. I need to make sure all my checks and balances are good, make sure nutrition is on point, make sure hydration is on point, the body feels good to be able to endure the task that we're about to do. 14 miles. I'll keep saying 14 miles and 14 miles and 14 miles because that is mind-blowing, but we're gonna get after it. So I figure it's a good time for me to kind of show you guys what I eat, the way I get ready in terms of nutrition, make sure my nutrition is on point before big runs like this. So fueling for big runs like this or big workouts like this actually doesn't start right before the race or before the run. Big runs like this starts the day prior. So I'm gonna be sending this back to past Sam to let you guys know or give you guys a rundown of what we are eating the previous day that led to this point. I'll see you in a little bit. Thank you, future Sam. I know you're gonna crush that run. So before we get to that run, I thought it's a good idea to kind of just take you guys through how I prep for the run in terms of nutrition, what I eat. So before runs like that, most of my nutrition intake starts the day before, not the day of the run. So I'm gonna be taking you guys to where I'm eating today to make sure when I'm running, because we haven't ran yet, by the time you see in this video, we haven't ran yet, as you guys just saw, we're about to get ready to run a 14 miles. And in preparation for that, I make sure my meals the day prior is on point. My glycogen is topped off, hydration is on point, just to make sure when I'm running, one of the limiting factors that's going to be preventing me from doing what I need to do is not from nutrition or lack of hydration. So I'm going to be taking you guys through my daily nutrition today. We're going to be picking up a few other items that we need for tomorrow's run today. But yeah, a full day of eating before we get to the 14-mile run. So the day doesn't really start until we complete our daily supplementation protocol. So what I had in here mixed with water is obviously greens, creatine. I already took my multivitamins this morning. I took a strong joints this morning, and I already took my strong omegas this morning. Wash it down with some greens and creatine. So the first meal that we're going to be having today is going to be a Quest bar. Normally, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the pure protein, but I didn't have any. So this is what we are grabbing today. So I'm going to be having two of these this morning, and I'm going to be pairing that with a Cliff Bar, which again, as far as they call this protein bar, but I don't think is a protein bar because the only macros on here in terms of protein is about 5 grams of protein. And for me to call something a protein bar, I feel like you need more than 5 grams of protein for you to be able to call it a protein bar. But anyways, I'm gonna be having these three, grabbing a cup of coffee, and getting our day started. So one other thing I like to mention a lot in this video is just to mention to you guys, I am not a full-time Fitspo. This is not my day job. Fitness is not my day job. I coach people. I coach a limited amount of people, but my full-time day job is working in corporate America. I'm actually at work right now. I'm getting ready to walk into work, but I'm saying all that to say you too have the opportunity to do what you want to do. As long as it means a lot to you, you can create a time for you to do what you want to do. I love to challenge myself. I love to train. I am going to create a time or find a time within my day, within my schedule, within my life to make the time for the things I truly want to do, to challenge myself. So you too can do that. You just got to make sure your goal is very, very important to you. So without further ado, let's get to work and let's get the day started. Alright, so it is currently 12:24, and I promise this whole vlog is not going to be in a car. I actually just left work during my lunch break, and I'm about to head to the gym. But before we go to the gym, we need to stop by a running store and pick a few items that we are going to be needing tomorrow. As far as food goes, so far, all I've had today was just the bars and some fruits, apple and cuties. Because I'm not really training today, I'm just working on mobility, stretching, making sure I'm ready for tomorrow. As I don't really need need all that fuel right now, but I'm gonna be eating after I finish the mobility. But before we do that, we're stopping by the Running Niche store in St. Louis just to grab a few items, and I'm gonna show you guys what we're getting, because we do need those for tomorrow to help us make sure we are gonna be performing at our best. Right, so just got to the gym and came back from the store. So that's the store in St. Louis that I went to. This is the first time I actually went there. Definitely gonna be going back because they have awesome selections of shoes that definitely would like to try in the future. But right now, like I said in the previous video, we are only trying wearing the Hoka Bondi X. So far, so good. So what we got here is the goo. So the first flavor that I got is gonna be the caramel macchiato. So this one is the 450 milligrams of amino acid, 60 milligrams of sodium, and 40 milligrams of caffeine. So I plan on using 2 of these by halfway point, because according to my coach, he said we have a coach, his name is Casey, epic beast of a human being. Pretty much want to treat tomorrow as a race day. So that's why I'm showing you guys what I'm eating today, and I'm showing you guys what I'm eating prior to the run that you're going to be seeing later in the video. What that I got is the sea salt. And the key important things that you want to try, especially when you're training for marathon, is you want to try working with or sampling nutrition that, you know, trying to see what works well, what doesn't work well. And I think I learned this from Nick Bear. He mentioned you now want to try a nutrition that you're not really used to on race day. So since we're treating tomorrow like a race day and it's only 14 miles, we're trying these things out and see how well our body handles it, how well my gut handles it, and then we are going to go from there. So the last thing that I got is the salt stick fast chew, and obviously this is going to help when it comes to situations where if I'm, you know, cramping or whatnot, I can pop one of these ahead of time, and hopefully it can definitely help there. Other than that, I have other pre-run that I've been, you know, using for quite some time now, which if you're watching the video, you should be watching my video. You know exactly what those are, and I will show you guys later in the video. So these are the things that we got, and I'm going to go through mobility right now and just stretch a little bit. I'm not going to be diving too much into it. I'm going to show you guys a few other things here and there. I'm going to do another video later on that's just going to cover what I do for mobility in case you want to try that out.
Okay, let it be known, I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold. Unlocking the door with the holy key. You supposed to be this close to me, and hopefully you understand G.O.D. Maybe this cold and I'm talking like no degrees. This ain't a fluke, I seen it way before it ever happened. It gave me the view. I had to put in my time on the TV, it coming in soon. I couldn't leave it all up to a variant or an experience. You gotta get up and do what it do. So complicated, homie, it's you.
Right, so just got home not too long ago. So what we had so far today is immediately when I got back from the gym, the first meal that we had was the turkey, egg, cinnamon swirl bread sandwiches. If you've never tried that before, you should definitely give it a try. If you follow me for a while, you know that's one of my favorite sandwiches. The combination of sweet and salty, perfection. And following that, we had some fire Greek yogurt, a scoop of a cinnamon swirl, and some blueberries mixed into that. So just got home just now and made some girls some meals, and I'm about to make mine real quick, and it's gonna be ground beef and some rice. So this is what we're working with. So right now we have the roasted chicken flavor of basmati rice. And if you flip that over, I like this because the significant amount of sodium that's in here is pretty freaking awesome, because again, I'm trying to make sure my electrolytes, my sodium level is definitely spiked and elevated. And also we have about 8 ounces of ground beef right here. Mix that with this. I'm gonna take that down, and I'm gonna show you the last meal we're gonna have before we hit the shits. tonight. All right, so this is what I'm going to be snacking on before I go to bed tonight. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rice cakes. So it's about 77 grams of carbs right here. I'm going to be snacking on that. And also I thought I'd show you guys again the gear setup for tomorrow. So I like to lay out my gear, so I'm gonna make sure I'm ready. Of course, the Apex bag, and this is the goo that we got from the store today. It goes in the pouch right here. And of course, this is the shoe that I'm running with. This is the Bondi X, like I mentioned in previous videos. This is the sock that we are going to be wearing. This is the NGG socks. Focus. There we go. The Apex short, of course. You guys know that's the only thing I run in. Of course, if you want to save yourself money on any Flag No Fail apparel, SAMOKFIT. And right here, of course, the Flag No Fail hat. And I'm going to be rocking the Flag No Fail tank. And because it might be sunny at some point in time, but I'm trying to get up early, there's the sunglasses that we are going to be rocking. All the gear for tomorrow. And as far as hydration goes, I've pretty much been chugging this all day. So I've had about 4 of this 36-ounce ice shaker today, and one of each. Every other shaker, I put 2 scoops of BP and electrolytes in there. So total about 3,000 milligrams total, and not counting some other sodium that I've had from other meals. So I'm gonna sit down, finish some work, and then I'm gonna be passing it on to Future Sam. All right, thank you, my guy. Thank you for getting this body ready to be able to attack today. So anyways, about to get after this run. Those are all the meals that we've had. So this morning, the only thing I've had so far is I was sipping on 40 grams of G1M Sport before I got here. And like I said, I have my goo, my salt tablets, which I'm gonna be trying. And the purpose of today is to do some sort of like mimic or mock race day to see what the body can, you know, hold in terms of making sure we have the right amount of nutrition, the right amount of hydration to get ready to be able to perform and not have any sort of limiting factor that's going to prevent us from performing to our best. Without any further ado, I'm about to get after this run, taking the GoPro with me, taking you guys along, and we can enjoy the suffering together. Except for I'm running and you're sitting on the couch enjoying this on your phone or wherever you are. Let's get it.
Yo, we are currently 10 miles in 12 seconds in front of a tree, trying to catch our breath. I was gonna stop, I was gonna keep going, but this is tough. And just to think, 26.2 more miles to go. I mean, 16 more miles to go from this point. I want to document moments like this again. As always, we had an opportunity to quit, but we're not going to quit because we're going to finish. It's not about the time, it's just getting it done. And this is my 3rd time stopping, by the way, so this is tough. This is tough. Doubt starts to set in a little bit, and like, I don't know, but trusting the process. I'm trying to convey this to like a fat loss process, right? Clients are like, man, it's just so tough. You don't see any results. You just have like, you know, a lot of, you know, pounds of fat to lose, and you take it, you just like, it's hard to picture how that's going to be done or that's going to be possible. So what would I tell a client in this position? Or what I tell a client is just gotta trust the process, take it one day at a time, and that's what I'm gonna do. Take it one step at a time. I don't really care about the time, I just want to get it done.
That run broke me off. That one hurt so bad. Finished 14 miles in 2 hours, 12 minutes with a pace of 9:26. That is the most miles I've done in years, and it felt like it. That one hurt. And again, when you run like that, doubts, like I said in the previous clip, doubts and everything start to set in, but I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on the present. I'm going to live in the present. I'm glad and happy that I finished that 14-mile run, and keep, you know, understanding the process and to keep showing up 1 mile at a time, 1 step at a time. And it's funny, last week when I was at the Flag No Fail, because they are doing a series on me, so if you don't follow Flag No Fail, make sure you follow them. Of course, if you want to copy anything on there, shameless plug, SAMOKFIT will save you 10% on all your purchases. But they are doing a series on me leading up to the marathon,
and they were asking me like why running, and I think I mentioned on the story before, on here before, that I hate running, but I do it because I hate it. And one thing I've been doing in the last few runs is, I mean, it's kind of weird that when I was in the army made me hate running, but now I'm tapping into my military experience to allow me to push a little bit further. One of the things that came up on last mile that just like, oh fuck no, I'm not stopping, I'm keep going, is listen to this.
I am a warrior and a member of a team. I serve the people of the United States and live the Army values. I will never accept defeat.
I'll never accept defeat.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough.
Trained, proficient, warrior task and drill.
I always maintain my...
The naivety of being a young soldier, like you're ready for anything. That rush, I mean, and a few parts in that creed, that's the soldier's creed, by the way. In that creed is, I will always maintain my arms equipped to myself, meaning you owe it to yourself to take care of yourself. Right nutrition, right supplementation to make sure you are ready to do the things that you promise yourself that you are going to do. I understand now everybody has, you know, military background, but it's a respect to yourself that you owe to yourself to be able to show up and do the work that you said you would do. Just funny, it's kind of coming full circle, like things that I used to hate doing, or that led me to hate running, is what I tap in now to make sure I am ready to do what I promised myself I'm gonna do. If you feel stuck physically, just move around. You never know what's gonna grab your attention. And what grabbed my attention today while I was running is, I believe there is a vision impaired running club. And literally, I mean, you've seen that video, that motivation video on Instagram or social media, where like sprinters, Special Olympics, I believe, the visually impaired are running with people that can see, and they have a guide that's chasing them, that's running with them, that's pacing them. And today, while I was running, I saw a visually impaired person running with somebody, that the guide, and they were just going all out. And I'm like, shit. That motivates me. Like, I mean, if that person cannot see and is still moving and running, I have all my faculties. I have my legs, my limbs, my arms, my vision, my mind is there. The least I can do is show up and just keep moving. But the point is, that motivated me because I'm moving around. I didn't stop. If I stopped, or if I stayed in the same position, that would allow me not to see that kind of motivation to keep me from stopping, to keep me moving forward. So the biggest advice I would give to you, you don't have to run. You don't have to go run a marathon. If you feel stuck, like literally change your perspective. Literally move around. Don't try not to stay in the same place. So don't think you have to run a fucking marathon. Don't think you have to run fucking half marathon. Sometimes it's just by taking a simple step. It's just as simple as that for you to discover any opportunity, to discover a change of pace, a change of scenery, to find different opportunities that you never found if you stay in the same place. Enough of the motivational speak. I'm done. I'm going home, go recover. I mean, my legs are still cramping, so I'm gonna hydrate, hang out with the family, coaching, life, because life don't stop because you got goals. We have family, we still have social life and personality we want to make sure we are maintaining, and that takes priority, honestly, over the run. So thank you for tuning in. That's the episode 4 or 3, I'm not sure what it is, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.